The kindergarten and grade 1 assessments are administered to students individually. All 4 domains of the test may be administered in a single session with stretch breaks between domains, or domains can be given in separate sessions as determined by the test examiner's judgment of the attention span of the student. For the listening domain, the student and test examiner are seated either at the corner of a table or face to face. Test examiners should read the conversation, story, or information only once. Repeat the question once if requested by the student. If the student does not answer or gives an answer that is not clear, you may repeat the question once or say, "Tell me again" or "Show me again." There is a no response or NR bubble for listening and reading. Fill in this circle for students who do not respond to the question or if they say, "I don't know." LPAC task types not only align to the 2012 California English Language Development Standards, they contain scaffolds and supports that benefit students. Keeping students engaged with the test questions will result in a positive test experience. Watch this kindergarten student as he begins to answer some questions in the listening domain.
In this part of the test, you will listen carefully to what I say. Then you will answer some questions. You will point to your answer or tell me your answer with words. If you want me to repeat a question, you can ask me to. Let's do a practice question together. Listen to a conversation between a boy and a girl. The boy says, "Look at the baby with the ball." The girl says, "I think the baby wants to play." What are the boy and the girl talking about? Point to your answer.
B.
Notice that Chava gave his answer as a letter B, instead of pointing to his choice. When a student does this, the test examiner should bubble the student's choice, in this case, letter B. The test administration guideline pertains to the entire test.
The answer is this picture because the boy says, "Look at the baby with the ball." Let's do another practice question together. Listen to a conversation between a girl and a boy. The girl says, "What are you doing?" The boy says, "I'm playing with toys." What is the boy doing? Coloring, playing, reading.
B.
Tell me your answer.
B.
Notice that the test examiner does not say the option letters while reading the answer choices. Be sure to read the questions exactly as they are written in the examiner's manual.
The answer is playing because the boy says, "I'm playing with toys." If you want me to repeat a question, you can ask me to. In this part of the test, you will listen to conversations. You will hear each conversation only once. When I'm finished with each conversation, I will ask you a question. Listen to a conversation between a boy and a girl. Listen carefully. The boy says, "What are you doing?" The girl says, "I'm counting the number of students in class today." What is the girl doing? Counting, writing, running. Tell me your answer.
A.
Listen carefully as I read you a story. You will hear the story only once. When I am finished, I will ask you some questions. Nathan and his father are walking in the park. Nathan notices a tree with no leaves. "Dad, that tree is missing its leaves," Nathan says. "Look at the ground, Nathan. The leaves are there," Nathan's dad says. "Why did the leaves fall, Dad?" Nathan asks. "The seasons are changing. The green leaves turn colorful and fall to the ground," replies his dad. "Let's take some leaves home with us and do an art project," Nathan exclaims. What do Nathan and his dad see at the park? Point to your answer.
B.
What happened to the leaves? Nathan stepped on them. A bird ate them. They fell off the tree.
C.
In this part of the test, I will read some information to you. Listen as I tell you about chickens. Listen carefully. You will hear the information only once. When I am finished, I will ask you some questions. A lot of birds fly in the air, but there are some birds that don't. Chickens are birds that do not fly far. Chickens mostly stay on the ground. Even though chickens do not fly much, they do have wings. Their wings are too small to lift them far off the ground. Instead of flying, chickens mostly stay on the ground. They walk around and look for food on the ground. Chickens eat worms and seeds. What did I tell you about? Why chickens stay on the ground? Different foods that birds eat? How to hold a chicken? Tell me your answer.
A.
As a review, in the listening domain administration, the test examiner reads and points during the conversation, story, and oral presentation. Test examiners should point with the eraser end of the pencil. Now, we're going to move on to the reading domain. We will first see the end of the speaking test. Then, the test examiner will ask the student to change seating positions from across the table to side by side. This seating position is purposeful, so the student feels connected to and supported by the test materials and test examiner. For the reading domain, the test materials are positioned so that both the test examiner and the student can see the text.
This is the end of the speaking test. Thank you for your attention and hard work. Can you come over here? Thank you. In this part of the test, we are going to read together. I will ask you some questions. You will point to your answer or tell me your answer with words. If you want me to repeat a question, you can ask me to.
Dog.
Notice that Chava just said dog. Watch and listen carefully to see how the scaffolds in the following test questions help support his accurate reading of the word bag.
What is the first letter of this word?
D.
What is the sound of the letter B?
B.
What is the next letter of this word?
A.
What is the last letter of this word?
G.
Now read the word.
Bag.
The next question is a quick comprehension check to see if Chava understands the word he just decoded.
Point to the picture of the bag.
At first, Chava pointed to the basket. Then he self-corrected to the correct picture of the bag. Whenever students self-correct, the test examiner should record the final answer choice. As a general rule, the test examiner should always record the student's final choice, whether it is correct or incorrect.
Now we're going to read together. Point to where we should start reading.
John.
Follow along with your finger as I read.
John.
Go ahead and follow along with your finger as I read. John likes to swim. He gets his swimsuit.
The test examiner records whether or not the student correctly tracks the text from left to right and whether the student tracks the return sweep top to bottom.
Now I will read the story to you.
I got a pool.
Listen while I read. John likes to swim. He gets his swimsuit. John has his towel. He rides his bike. John's mom goes too. John goes to the pool. He jumps in. John gets wet. What does John like to do? Swim, play ball, ride his scooter. Tell me your answer.
Swim.
Where does John go? To a friend's house? To the bike shop? To the pool? Tell me your answer.
Pool.
The layout of the test materials in the LPAC is purposeful. You've seen the test examiner hold the back of the examiner's manual vertically to the table while asking the comprehension question. The entire text of the story is visible to the student so that he can refer back to the text. Now let's watch as Chava takes advantage of this scaffold. Notice Chava's eyes as they dart back and forth from the picture clues in the text and the answer choices.
What does John bring with him? Point to your answer. Now we are going to read together. Listen while I read. There are many kinds of insects. Some insects have wings. Dragonflies have wings. Some insects have spots. Ladybugs have spots. Some insects can buzz. Bees can buzz. All insects have legs. Every insect has 6 legs. What is the text about? The weather, insects, birds. Tell me your answer.
Insects.
What does the text tell us about bees? They are green, they have spots, they can buzz. Tell me your answer.
Buzz.
Chava pointed to the incorrect answer B, they have spots, while saying buzz, which was the correct answer. When students give mixed messages in their response, the test examiner should record the verbal response that indicates comprehension of the test question. If a student points to the correct response while saying the incorrect response, the test examiner should repeat the question. Now let's move into the writing domain. The answer book is handed to the student along with a pencil. The test examiner reads the questions while pointing to the student materials.
Now we are going to write some letters and words together. You're going to need that pencil. This is a barn. Barn starts with the letter B. Write the letter B. This is a goat. Goat starts with the letter G. Write the letter G. This is a hen. Write the word hen. This is a cow. Write the word cow. We are going to write a story together. The title of the story is A Windy Day. The first letter is missing from the word windy. Say the word windy.
Windy. Windy.
Now write the first letter of the word windy.
S. Day.
The first letter is missing from the word day. Say the word day.
D.
Say the word day.
Day.
Write the first letter of the word day. The first sentence in this story is Sam is playing with his pet. The second sentence should say Sam's hat blows away. The word hat is missing from the story. Say the word hat.
Hat.
Now write the word hat. The next sentence should say, the dog catches it. The word dog is missing from the story. Say the word dog.
Dog. D-O-G.
Now write the word dog.
Some items in the first grade writing domain require transcription of responses by the test examiner. When there's a transcription box, after the student writes a response, the test examiner says, "Read your writing to me." Write what the student says in the transcription box. Be sure to transcribe only when a transcription box is provided under the Write On line in the answer book. Let's watch a first grade student.
Now I am going to tell you some information about chickens. Listen carefully. Then we will write about what we have learned. A hen is a female chicken. Hens lay eggs. Hens sit on the eggs to keep them warm. Inside each egg, a baby chick is growing. Then the chick hatches out of its egg. That means the chick breaks the shell with its tiny beak. Let's write about what we have learned. The first sentence is, a hen lays an egg. I have a sentence to add. I will say the sentence and you will write the sentence here. So get ready to write. She sits on the egg.
Do I have to do a capital or a lowercase?
You decide. You choose. She sits on the egg. She sits on the egg. Let's read what we have written so far. A hen lays an egg. She sits on the egg. Now it is your turn to add a sentence. Listen while I reread the information. Listen carefully so you can write your own sentence here. A hen is a female chicken. Hens lay eggs. Hens sit on the eggs to keep them warm. Inside each egg, a baby chick is growing. Then the chick hatches out of its egg. That means the chick breaks the shell with its tiny beak. Now write your sentence here. You can use the words and the pictures to write your sentence. Do you want to make any changes to your sentence?
No.
Okay. Read your writing to me.
Inside the egg, there is a baby chick growing. Why are you writing that?
Because my directions tell me to.
This is the end of the kindergarten and grade 1 training video. It is recommended that test examiners practice reading, pointing, and observing in preparation for administering the LPAC.